Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to adjust your audio down on your timeline for individual clips, for example. It's pretty straightforward. If I head over to the end of my timeline here, I have an interview clip. I've got some B-roll above it, some rolling footage of something that he's talking about. And when I play this back,
We're coming into the store and
I can hear the audio from the person in the interview here on my first track. And then I hear the audio from my B-roll. The audio from the B-roll is a little too loud, so I want to make that adjustment. And there's a couple of ways you can do that. If you take a look inside your clip here, you'll notice that there's a solid blue line that runs about 3/4 of the way down in your clip. If I were to hover over that line until I get a double arrow, one that points up and one that points down, I can go ahead and drag by clicking my left mouse button. I can drag up or down to adjust these levels. And it does kind of go in fairly quick increments, but you can get it narrowed down to what you're looking for. So in this case, let's say I want to mute the track entirely. I could just bring it all the way down and it's gone. No more audio from that B-roll. And if I play this back,
comfortable coming into the store and
I don't hear the audio anymore from the B-roll. It's just the clip behind it. If I were to bring it up just a hair and make the adjustments so that when I play this back,
comfortable coming into the store and
you've got a little bit of that audio in the background. Maybe that's the mix you're looking for. When I pull this audio up, I don't want to see any red peaks. I'm not sure if you can see that on my screen, but as I drag that bar up, I'm starting to get some red peaks, and that's not good. That means the audio is peaking, it's clipping. A little bit of yellow peaks are okay, but that's about as far as I want to go with that. So that's one way to adjust it. The other way is if I'm clicked on my clip, and I go up here to the upper right and I click on the speaker tool, now I can make my volume adjustment here as well. And this will give you some pinpoint accuracy. So if when you raise or lower this bar, the increments are just too much, like you kind of want it in between 12 and 11, you can't quite get that right, then go ahead up here and you could make that fine-tune adjustment. What I'm really looking for to know that I have a solid sound level is when I hit play on this,
bringing the equipment back. If they felt comfortable coming into,
you'll notice that on the right side here, my decibel level is peaking over 0. And I got this readout right here by clicking on the smaller version of it underneath the program monitor. So that's how you toggle back and forth to bring that big audio up. The level I'm looking for is somewhere around -6, -6 dB. So when I play this back,
if they felt
again, I'm way over 0, so I'm going to go ahead and make that adjustment. Visually, I'm looking for those red peaks to disappear, that's for sure. I've got some little yellow peaks right there. Let's play this back and see what it looks like.
back. If they felt comfortable coming into the store and dropping it off by appointment, we allow them to do that. But if they also,
I'm still hitting around -3 to 0, so I would make my adjustment to bring that down just a little bit.
the equipment back. If they felt comfortable coming into the store and dropping it off by appointment, we allow.
I like that, especially for vocals. At around -6 dB, it's peaking at around -3. That's fine. You just don't want to peak over -3, and then that's where you start to run into trouble. And one little quick bonus trick when it comes to dealing with audio, I magically got a soundtrack in here right now. So that music is playing down on my audio track below the main video track. I'm going to bring all my audio down just so that all we hear is the music track. Now at the end of this music track, it's actually going to cut hard. You don't like that to end like that. That's a crash. Doesn't sound good. Sounds unprofessional. The reason for that is because this audio track actually goes a lot further than the video, but I had to bring it in so that it ended around the same time that this video clip did. So we need to fade that out. So the easiest way to do that in Final Cut is to go to the end of the audio track, and you'll notice there's a little dot here at the end, a little light blue dot, and when I hover over it, I get another double arrow, but instead of the up-down arrow that I get when I adjust my levels, I get a left-right arrow. That's how I put a fade at the end of my audio track. Right now I can left-click and drag, and it's probably hard to see on my screen right now, but as I pull this left, there's a little ramp here that is fading downward. So the further I pull left on this left-right arrow over this little dot here, the longer the fade will be. So basically, if I play this back right now, nice little fade at the end instead of it crashing. Okay, and I can make my adjustments to make that fade a little bit longer if I want to.